James, bit of news. Obviously, you're going to be leaving your role as leadership, performance, and culture coach. Why the decision? Why now?
I just feel the time is right, to be honest. It's I've been at the club for such a long time. Kind of made this decision quite a while back. Obviously informed the club earlier on in the season that at the end of the season I'll obviously be moving on. And yeah, it's just time for me to sort of take on a fresh challenge, I think. To sort of test myself, use the experience and the learnings obviously that I've been so grateful to receive and experience here at St.Helens over the years, and test myself in new ways, like I say.
As we're talking, it's still a little bit in flux, isn't it? That you might be still involved with the club. That's to be determined, but you'll always be here in ambassadorial capacity, won't you?
Yeah. So obviously, I've been at the club my whole adult life, and nothing but good things and fond memories of everybody involved. And I'm forever thankful to to the players, to the staff, to the fans, to everybody who makes this club what it is. And yeah, moving forward, I'm not exactly sure, what sort of capacity, some sort of role with the club maybe yet. We're yet to sort of iron that out, but I'm sure I'll still be around and still come to the home games and stuff every now and again. So yeah, we'll just see what happens in that respect.
In terms of the last 2 years, you come and bring an end to a glittering career, and that move into sort of the regular working life. How's it been?
Yeah, it was very sort of, I suppose it's easy from a transitional point of view in terms of staying in the same environment, working with the same people day to day. Obviously a lot of the players I've played with for a long time. The staff, a lot of those were staff members when I was still a player. So going into that sort of transition period into player to staff, I thought was quite easy from one respect, but then also quite eye-opening and quite very rewarding in terms of learning new things, appreciating stuff that I've played for 20 years, but I didn't understand the sheer amount of stuff that the staff deal with behind the closed doors, if you like. And it's a constantly moving, time-pressured environment because you've got a game obviously at the end of every week. And yeah, I've got a bit of a newfound respect for what the staff members do, and I've been forever grateful really to have been a part of that staff team. Learned many great things from obviously Paul Wellens and the assistant coaches this year, Lee Breers, and Eamon O'Carroll last year was Matty Smith and Lauren Fresnew, and then all the other staff, the likes of Matty Daniels and Nathan Mill in particular, who've been at the club for a long, long time. They've been a big part of my journey as well.
Part of your role, you've said in the past, was sort of trying to almost be a bit of a link between the stadium and the performance staff. Did it open your eyes a bit as well to the off-field staff?
Yes, definitely. Give me a newfound appreciation again, I suppose, for what everybody does in terms of an organisation of this size. There's a lot of moving parts, do you know what I mean? And communication, one of the sort of key issues that we need to be as good as we can be in. And like you say, I kind of saw a bit of my role as that link between the office environment here at the stadium and the performance or rugby side down at Cowley. So yeah, it's sort of a newfound appreciation for the sort of nuances and the sort of problems and issues that every department has, sort of thing. And yeah, just my sort of aim was to align departments, if you like, and increase that connection and the one club sort of mentality that this club is the beating heartbeat of the town, and I've been forever grateful to be a part of St.Helens and sort of represent St.Helens in and about the place, and see how proud people are basically of the club as well. And I know I'm going a bit off tangent there to your original question, but yeah, it's great to see, and also to see a lot of the staff members in and around the club. Obviously, from a rugby player's point of view, you don't really get to mix too much with people in hospitality, events, finance, retail, marketing, whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, these people sort of abide by the same values that we do as players, and deep down they care deeply about the club, and they're all, a lot of them are fans at the end of the day, and a lot of them are local people who grew up watching St.Helens, so they really do put the heart and soul into it.
You talked about there being, people that work here might have been a fan. You were a fan,
yeah.
And can you believe it? Obviously, 25 years later, you're still at the club, but the time's come potentially for a bit of a different challenge.
Yeah, definitely. So I think back, and I've obviously been so lucky over my career to sort of grow up as a hometown lad, dreaming of representing St.Helens one day. and then you fast forward and you go on to lifting trophies as a captain, and stuff like that. It's the stuff of dreams, and obviously I'll be forever thankful for that. And it's been a huge part of my life, and like I say, it's sometimes a change is as good as a rest, I suppose. And yeah, it's just come to a point where it's the right time for me and my family now in my career to move on to pastures new, maybe, and use those experiences, like I said earlier, to test myself and challenge myself, and hopefully be successful in another area. And whether that be in sport or in business, I'm still sort of discovering where that might be, but I definitely do know that I'm passionate about sort of helping teams, building teams, cultures, performance, helping individuals perform at their best. So there'll be definitely something around that, and that's something that I'm trying to sort of set up at the moment. But yeah, who knows? It's nothing concrete yet, and we'll see where we end up. But it's just time for something new.
So it kind of answers my next question, because I was going to say what next. That's obviously not set really in stone yet, but naturally I think the fans will sort of ask that question, well, why wouldn't you want to do that here? You've been here 25 years. Do you think it's time to go out of your comfort zone then?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably a good way to put it. I suppose as a player I always enjoyed the challenge, if you like, of the pressure and the expectation to succeed all the time. And I'm not going to lie, stepping back from being a player into that staff role, I have found that a little bit challenging, a different sort of feeling where I wasn't sort of challenged as much, maybe. So moving forward, that is a key sort of motivating factor. I'm comfortable in what I'm doing here. I enjoy it. It's a great environment. It's a great place to be, and the people involved have been so lucky. But I'm just craving a bit more sort of a challenge as well, and maybe a little bit of autonomy, to be honest. Obviously, I've been in this rugby league schedule for many years, so a bit of sort of freedom and maybe a bit of flexibility around holidays and stuff like that is obviously a contributing factor. But yeah, the main thing is I want to challenge myself in new ways. I want to be ambitious, and I want to succeed in another field.
I know you talked about it, I might be sharing a bit too much privately, so let us know if that's the case, but you talked about going on a first family holiday with the kids during a summer. It was special to you, wasn't it? So you talk about that rugby league autonomy. That has been your day-to-day grind for 25 years, near enough.
Yeah, definitely, yeah. So it's the little things like that, and I understand, obviously, every job has its compromises and sort of sacrifices that you've got to make, but I suppose, it's not only me who's had to live this sort of life over the last 20 years or so, it's my wife and my kids as well. So, it's a fresh, going to be different for us all, really. But something that I'm really excited by. I'm really excited about, the potential of what's new, the possibilities, the doors that may open, and I'm ready to take that with both hands.
As we're speaking now, Robs, it's obviously a few days removed from Paul Wellens not being extended as head coach. This has nothing really to do with the decision, and I imagine obviously you wish well, but the club, they were supportive of your decision months ago? Yeah,
definitely. Obviously I made this decision a good while ago, and I obviously told the club, I told Paul Wellens as head coach, Mike Rush and Eamon McManus of my decision a few months ago, and they were nothing but supportive, to be honest. It was great. It was an easy conversation, one that I was a little bit dreading, I suppose, because it is all I've ever done, but yeah, they were great. They were very supportive and all really willing to sort of see how they could help if I needed the help. But yeah, this is a decision that I made a while ago to challenge myself, and obviously the news has come out about Paul, and I'm gutted for him. He's obviously a very close friend. I've worked with Paul and known Paul and his family for many years, and obviously wish him nothing but the best, but I know the character he is, and I know he'll come through this good.
We're going to go basically into a bit of a new chapter, a new era. Do you see the green shoots for success here at St.Helens? Obviously we've got young talent that's coming through, good leaders. Do you see good times on the horizon?
Hopefully, yes. It's what you get with St.Helens is sort of there's a sort of hidden culture. It's an obvious culture of success. It's an expectation. It's the history that you look behind me on the wall here. It's you know, St. Helens and trophies will always be, you know, close by, if you like, and that is your duty and your responsibility as a player to acknowledge that and sort of step up to the plate. And yeah, I think, you know, we've got many, you know, great youngsters coming through the squad, obviously many, you know, proven leaders and proven experienced internationals within the squad. And, you know, like I said earlier, the people that make this club what it is, not only on the pitch, but off the pitch as well, in and around the, you know, the stadium environment. So, yeah, you know, the building blocks are there for success, definitely. And, you know, hopefully this club can continue to strive, continue to perform on its best, and hopefully get back up there, you know, pretty soon, challenging for another trophy.
We mentioned it earlier, obviously, you know, what if there's a role to be determined with yourself, that'll come out in the wash, obviously. But you've always been such a fantastic ambassador, not only of this club, but this town. 25 years you've been here, James. Does it feel a bit surreal to sort of be almost saying this is a bit of a closing of a chapter for yourself?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I suppose it's probably one of them that maybe I don't understand or don't realise, if you like, you know, how it will feel until I get a few weeks down the line, and I don't have to report back to you know, the daily schedule, the pre-season at Carly like I'm normally used to. You know, you normally finish the season, have a little bit of time off, go on holiday, and then report back to Carly. So yeah, it'll be strange not going over that place, but yeah, like I said, it's just something I'm looking forward to, and nothing but thankful for all the opportunities I've had, you know, all the places I've been, all the experiences that I've been privy to, and all the people along the way who've helped me, in like I say, in terms of, you know, from him, Matt Manners and the board, all the way down, Mike Rush, all the staff, all the people here, obviously Paul Wellens as my, you know, the head coach, if you like, while I've been on the staff role, and everybody throughout the club from the junior system back in, you know, 20 odd years ago, and of course the fans and the people of the town who you can't help but bump into on a daily basis, and at the end of the day, you know, we are the town and the town is us. So yeah, it's been nothing but pleasure. It's been brilliant, and yeah, I'm just looking forward to what's next.